Hello friends and welcome to my channel IB All Designing Developer. So today we are diving into one of the most powerful weapons in Java called strings. So think of strings as rock stars, Java everywhere, versatile and impossible to ignore. Whether you are printing messages, storing user input or handling text data, strings are your best friends. But here's the catch, they are not as simple as they seem. Because strings are mutable or immutable, how does Java handle memory with strings and what's up with string builder and string buffer? We'll be understanding all the things about strings in this video. So I hope you'll be enjoying this video in which we will be covering about strings in Java. And you don't worry about anything because we will be cracking all of this fun with fun examples and real world magic. So buckle up Java warriors, it's time to unleash the power of strings. So just remember to see this video from start to end. If you understand this video, if you enjoyed this amazing tutorial of Java strings, so remember to hit a like. And if you're new on this channel, want to see more videos like this, so remember to subscribe. And after subscribing, hit notification bell so you can get the notifications of all my coming up videos which I'll be uploading in future. So now what we are waiting for? Let's move to computer screen and let's dive into it. So now we are on the computer screen, and in the start, like I've told you that today in this video, I will be telling you about strings in Java. So let's get started. So if we talk about strings in Java, so strings are used for storing text, which is a normal thing. Like if we use strings with other languages as well, like JavaScript or Python. So there as well, we use strings for storing text, and in Java as well, when you use strings, so you are using strings for storing text. A string variable contain a collection of characters surrounded by double quotes. So this is really important thing, so I'll be highlighting that a string variable only contains a collection of characters surrounded by a double quotes. You need to understand that if you are creating any string, so it should be surrounded by double quotes. Like in JavaScript and Python language, we use a string with single quotes as well, but when you are working with Java, so you need to use strings with only double quotes, and it should contain a collection of characters as well, and then it should be surrounded by double quotes. Like if we see an example of a string, here we have created a variable of type string and we have assigned it a value. So this is a string variable which we have created, and in this string variable I have written my variable name as greeting, and in this variable name I have written my string as hello. And when I have written this text as hello, so I have surrounded this text with double quotes because I want to just assign this value as a string. That's why I have surrounded this thing, means this text, in double quotes. And when I have surrounded this, when I will be running this thing here, so I will be getting hello printed in my output. So it will be called as a string because we have assign this value in a string variable called greeting. So if we understand what is string length here, so a string in Java is actually an object which contain methods that can perform certain operations on a string. For example, the length of a string can be found with the length method. Like if you are using length method in a string, which can be used like this to find the length of the text. If I want to find the length of this text which I have written, like I have written all the ABCD A till Z, and when I have written this thing, I want that I should be getting the length of this text, like how many letters I have written in this text, I should be getting that number value printed in my output. For that, you can use this txt.length method, not txt.length, this is only length method, but you can write your variable name here, like I have written my string name as text txt, so that's why I have printed txt.length so that I can get the length of this letters which I have written in my string value. So like this, you will be getting the length of all the values or all the letters which you have written in your string. But remember to surround this all letters or all words which you have written with this double quote, so that you can just assign this value as a string. Then if we understand what are more string methods, so there are some more string method, but before understanding that, we will be moving on to our text IDE, which is NetBeans, because like you all know that in previous videos when we were just working on Java, we were just using this NetBeans IDE, and in this video as well, we will be understanding all the things on this NetBeans IDE. So you will be having a clear mindset that if we are doing these all things practically, so what output we are getting or how we are getting this output, I'll be explaining each and everything here, so you don't need to worry about anything. So you can just see I have opened this NetBeans IDE now, and this is our main.java file which we have created in our previous videos as well. And like in the previous video when we were just working on operators, I was just showing you that how you can use operators with different number values or with other operators like plus, minus, multiplication and division, like these signs. Then if we move here, so remember to write these all things which I have written as public class main, but you don't need to write these all things. When you create your file, automatically you will be getting these things. So you need to add some things so that you can print your string. So if we move on to our Word document, so you can just see this was our first example of a string which we need to understand here. So I will be just copying this example here and I will be pasting it in my NetBeans IDE. But if you want to run this thing, you need to print this thing as well. And for printing, like I've told you, we will be using system.out.println function, which we were using in previous videos as well, to print all the things in Java. You can use this function, or you can also use system.out.print to print the function normally as you want. But I will be using println function because from this println function you can print many other functions as well. So directly I will be using this println function, and to print this output hello, which is a string, so for printing this I will be using this greeting sign here. So how I will be using this greeting, I will be just writing this greeting in my brackets which I have written with this println so that I can get the output. So you have to just write like this, greeting, and after writing this greeting thing here, I will be just running this thing so that I can get this output hello, or you can just say so I can get the output of this string value which I have assigned in my variable called greeting. Now I will be printing this, so I will be just pressing right click on my main.java file, because in main.java file I have written all these things, and I will be pressing this run file button here, or you can just also press shift and F6 to print this, or you can press this run file like this. So I will be pressing run file from here, and after that you can just see we are getting our string value printed as hello. Then there are some other strings as well which we have understand. So I will be just moving on to my Word document again, and now we will be understanding if we are printing this thing which is string text, and then when we are printing the length of a string, so what output we are getting, we need to understand this thing as well. So I will be just printing out, I'll be just commenting out this thing because we have understand if we are normally printing a string, which is really easy, so how we are getting it. Now if we print the string with this string length function, so how we are getting the output here, we need to understand that as well. So I'll be pressing tab here like this, and now you can just see. So we have written A till Z, all the letters here, and then we have used this txt.length here in this println function so that I can get the length of this text which I have written here. Now for doing for just getting the output, you have to again press right click on your main.java file and press run file here. So after pressing run file, you can just see we are getting the length of the text is 26, because these are 26 letters total we have written here, like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So you can just count these all letters, you will be getting the answer as 26 in counting as well. And normally if you don't want to count this thing, if you want that you should be getting the length in your output, so you can just run this thing as well. So you will be getting the length of this text which you have written in this string in your output. So I hope you understand how we are just using these all things and getting the output. Then if we understand more string methods, so there are many string methods available, for example 2 uppercase and 2 lowercase. So how we can use this thing which is 2 uppercase method of a string and 2 lowercase method. So using this 2 uppercase method, you can get all the text printed in uppercase, and then if you use this 2 lowercase method, so you will be getting all the letters printed in small letters. Like here you're getting this thing, means this hello world printed in lowercase when you're using this 2 lowercase method of a string, and when we are using 2 uppercase method of a string, so you will be getting all the word or all the letters or all the sentence in uppercase like this. We are getting the output in example. So if you want to find a character in a string, so for that you can use index of method, which returns the index, the position of the first occurrence of a specified text in a string including white space. So how you will be getting the like this thing, the index of method, which will be returning the value of index. So you can just use this example as a string text, and then you can write one word or one sentence in your string like please locate where locate occurs, and when you will be printing this thing here like this using this index of function, so you will be getting the output as you want in your outputs, so like this. Then if you want that Java should count position from 0, so normally when you are using these index of functions or some other function related to index, so it will be counting the position from 0, and 0 is the first position in a string. one is the second and second is the third. So you need to understand this thing, which I have already told you in other videos as well, and not in Java, in other languages as well. When you are just using the count position, so it start from 0 in every programming language which you use. So if you want to understand about more like what are string reference, or if you want to understand complete string reference, so for a complete reference of string methods, you can go to our Java string method reference, in which you will be getting the reference containing description and example of all string methods. So you will be having a more good understanding about that. But still, we have understood these all things, so we need to just work on this uppercase thing as well. So I will be just copying this thing now, so I can just understand if we are using these two methods of string, so how we are getting the output, or how we are getting the text hello world printed. So I will be just commenting out this thing, because now we have understood if we are using this length function, so how we are getting the output. So I will be now pasting all these things, so I can just use these two methods of strings as well. One is two uppercase method and second is two lowercase method, so I can get this hello world printed in uppercase and in lowercase as well. So for printing, again right click and then press run file, and you can just see the first thing we are getting is printed as hello world but in uppercase letter. Then second, again we are getting hello world printed but in lowercase letter. Like this, you can use these methods of strings and you can get the output like we are getting. Then if we move on to our Word document again, so here we were just using this index of method to return the index, and you can also say like we are finding a character in a string. So for that, you can just use this example. I'll be copying this thing again, moving on to my NetBeans IDE. I will be pasting these things here, and then I will be just commenting out this thing, which is uppercase and lowercase thing, because we have understood this method, so we need to comment out this thing here now. And now if we just print this string text, you can give any name to your string variable, like you can give variable name as text like this as well. You can write text like this as well, or you can write any other variable name as well which you want to, but in this case I will be writing as txt. Then I will be printing this txt with this index of function, so that I can get the locate occurs thing here, and then the output you will be getting as 7. Here we are getting here as well. I have already written in the comments as well. So I'll be just running it again. I'll be pressing right click and run file. After pressing this, you can just see we are getting here printed as 7. Then if you just write this locate, in the place of locate, if I write like you can write any other thing as well. If I write operator, so you will be getting you can just say you will be getting an empty file here. If I run, you can just see we are getting -1. Why we are getting -1? Because we have not written operator thing here. If we count this thing 1 2 3 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, so we are getting all these things, means these letters printed, but we are only getting the number of these letters. If we count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, so we are getting 7 letters here with these double quotes, and that's why when I'm printing this locate, so I'm getting output as 7 in my terminal. So like this you can use. Then if we write operator, and the answer we will be getting just it was -1, it was because we have not written any operator text in our sentence of this please locate where locate occurs. That's the thing, and that is why we are getting the answer as -1. If I print locate here, so you will be getting the answer as 7, because we have printed this locate which occurs in locate like this, because we have printed this thing with single quotes. That is the reason you will be getting answer as 7 printed. So I hope you understand how we are using strings in Java, and basically what's the purpose to use strings, and what are different methods which you can use in strings to work with strings in Java. So if you have understand this video, and if you totally understand that what are strings in Java, so remember to hit a like to this video. And if you're new on this channel, want to see more videos like this, remember to subscribe, and after subscribing, hit notification bell so you can get the notifications of all my coming up videos which I'll be uploading in future. So now I will be meeting you next tutorial or in next project using Java. So for today, goodbye.